What up, troop? Welcome back to the channel, man. I haven't been able to post in a little while. And do you know why? Here's why. Alright, guys, so same old issue that I've been having. Now, this one is a little bit different, though. Now, right now, I got it hooked up to the trickle charger. The trickle charger is saying that, you see it on the green? The trickle charger is saying it's full. It did that about 20 seconds after I connected it. It said the battery's full, when the battery was completely drained again. So these normally take about 4 to 5 hours to actually charge. So I got it hooked up, set my timer. I'm gonna let it charge for about 4.5 hours. It already been charging for about 2 hours or so now, and then we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if it start or if I gotta put it into repair mode, which may not work. I'm gonna see if this works, because here's the situation, guys. So this is the battery that went dead on me, and I got it taken out, took it back to Advance Auto, and got it charged, fully charged on their machine, their car battery charger. On their machine, it takes about an hour. On the trickle charger, about 4 to 5 hours. So after it gets fully charged, back to brand new status, after it was only 3 days old. Well, by the time it got charged, it was 4 days old. And 4-day old brand new battery had to go back and get charged. Take it back, it gets charged. So this time I decided I'm only going to connect the battery when I use the car. When I'm not using the car, I'll just disconnect the battery. Battery's down in the wheel well. I just go through the hassle. I ain't got to take the wheel off to disconnect it. You got to take the wheel off to take the battery out. But to disconnect it, you don't have to do that. So that's what I start doing. I just start disconnecting the battery when I got back home. You know what I mean? So, and when I was out, I didn't go nowhere where I needed to turn the car off, except for once. So I had to turn the car off once while I was out. Battery's only the first week, just get it back in, you know what I mean? A couple days old. Since I've been disconnecting the battery so it won't drain after I got it powered back up, charged again, somehow, some way, a disconnected battery that the store told me was all good, not a bad battery. So if they deem it a good battery, it's under warranty. They have to deem it a bad battery, but they deemed it a good battery. So after it drained after 3 days, they still deemed it a good battery. With me disconnecting the battery, it's still drained, except for it took 6 days to drain instead of 3. This was a disconnected battery, and it still drained. So, you know what I mean? That's I'm like, how did that happen? How was a good battery draining that's not connected? You know what I'm saying? Batteries sit on the shelves for quite a while before they're bought and put in cars fully charged. Yeah, I don't get it. So I even though the battery's draining, the battery's definitely draining. There's another issue that I just haven't found. Something else gotta be happening here. It's not a power draining issue. It's something else. Just don't know what it is. Because even after the battery is completely drained and the car been sitting there for a couple of days, randomly the lights would come on. Randomly, with a completely dead battery. That's not supposed to be able to happen. It gets enough power not to start the car, but for the lights to randomly come on. I've caught it twice. I don't know how many times it's actually happened, but I caught it twice. It happened with me in the car one time, and it happened with me. My cover was blowing off a car during the storm. That's when I started tying it down, and I ran out. When I ran out, the lights was on. I'm like, I mean, they came on. I seen them come on. You know what I mean? Check this out. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you see that? I mean, covers on the car, and it's still, the lights just randomly come on. It during a storm. You know what I mean? I don't. So, and the battery was at that time supposedly completely dead. Supposedly. Then the lights came on. Y'all see the blue lights come on, but also the interior lights come on. So that's how I know when it happens, because the blue lights come on. The first time it happened, I was actually in the car. So the interior lights came on. I actually had the door open, and the door lights start flashing. It's going around the door. The emergency and courtesy lights start flashing on the door, and the dash lit up, and the headlights came on. This time, the cover was on. So I seen the headlights. The lights came on again. So, but there don't be enough power to actually start the car whenever that happens. So the battery, like I said, definitely do be drained. But this got to be another issue other than something just draining the battery, because the light shouldn't be able to come on if the battery's already dead, without no charge at all, no nothing. And when it's completely dead, there's not even a spark. When you go on ahead to hook the connectors up to the battery, the positive and negative, you'll see them spark if there's power. There's no spark, so it's dead. It's dead. You know what I'm saying? It's dead, but the trickle charger is reading charged. But it's doing something, because it's warming up. You know what I mean? Like the trickle charger is warm. You know, it's warm. It's warm like it's charging. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't stay at no temperature. It gets warm when it's charging, like any charger. It gets warm. So it's doing that, and the light's pulsating. So I'm going to wait the 4-5 hours, and I set my timer for 4.5 hours, because that's just before it actually gets dark. That's like dusk. You know what I mean? Because I can't do nothing in the dark. Won't be able to see nothing down there. So I got it set for 4.5 hours. And then we're going to come back out and see exactly, well, we still won't know nothing, but we're going to see if the trickle charger did anything. You know what I mean? Because the trickle charger is not keeping it charged even when it's a new battery, if I connect the trickle charger to keep it at that high level, just like plugging your phone in every night. You know what I mean? Really, you should plug your car in every night. But most people don't do that. And without never, ever, 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 ever plugging in or charging your batteries last for years. You know what I mean? You get 4 or 5 years out of a battery. It's never been charged. Mine is dying in 3 days. Disconnected 6 days. So the fact that it died not even connected, there's something else going with the car. It might not even be a battery issue, even though, like I said, the battery's definitely draining, but there's got to be something else. You know what I'm saying? But I can't move it at the moment. So, and I keep it 100 on my channel. I ain't got no money to take it back. My car is owned, guys. My car is, there's no warranty or nothing no more. none of that. You know what I mean? I ain't got none of that no more. So, you know what I mean? But I haven't had no type of problems with my car. You know what I mean? My car problems is stemming from what I did. It's not a manufacturer problem. I know that there's a lot of horror stories with journeys where people just have horrible experience with their journeys and they be money pits. Mine's is a money pit because of all the stuff I'm doing to it. Not a manufacturer problem. Never had a manufacturer problem. My car been in the shop one time since 2012. One time. And that was from something that the wife did. You know what I mean? When I took the car over from her when she got another car. But it says, we got the yellow tap. It say Flex Fuel. So she seen Flex Fuel was a lot cheaper. So, and she knew it was a Flex Fuel vehicle. So she started using the Flex Fuel. The engine didn't like it. Now that was when it was still, maybe a year or so old and still under all the warranty and everything. So that went in warranty and all that got fixed. And since then, never had an issue with it until I started doing the customizing to it. I didn't start customizing this car, guys, till 3 years ago, 2-3 years ago. That's when I started customizing it. Since 2012, and it's 2022, so 10 years. Know what I mean? I just start customizing it then. One of the main reasons I started dumping all my money into it after I paid it off. I took it over, I paid it off, and then I start customizing it. Again, no issues except for the E85 issue, which was, and when we took it in, they said, the mechanics there at the Dodge dealership said, yeah, it's saved Flex Fuel, but these engines really don't like the Flex Fuel. We've been getting a lot of journeys and Flex Fuel cars in that saying Flex Fuel, but the engines is not like it. So that was something we did because, even though they advertise it as Flex Fuel, and it not really, you better be putting that in, your Charger or Challenger or something, you know what I mean? Those that, and I understand it works for them. Whenever they want to race or something, they're going ahead and fill up with that, you know what I mean, and burn that right out. That's what they use that for. This, nah, don't like it. So I have one of the journeys that I had no issues from the manufacturer. You know what I mean? I haven't had to deal with that. So to me, it was safe to go on ahead and start putting the type of money into it that I put into it. Because, now I'm thousands in. You know what I mean? I got about, from the Superman theme and this theme all together, it's like $5,000 that I put into what I did to it so far. And I got more plans for it, except Now I'm having the power issues that, really ain't. I mean, can't just be the battery issue now, man. It just can't be a battery now. So I don't know. Um, I plan on doing the interior. Because right now I just got covers. I want to get the actual cat skin interior. You know what I mean? And I want to get my doors done, which I'll probably attempt that. I'll probably even attempt that, even if the car ain't running. I just got to get the supplies and the tools I need to be able to do the doors. And because I'm just going to do one part if I can. I don't know nothing about fiberglassing or reupholstering and all that, but that's the type of stuff that need to be done to redo doors. So, I mean, if you mess up your door, you messed up your door. You're out. You're gonna have to buy another one. Another panel. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only scary part there. But everything I done to it so far was a scary part that I did anyway. I took it to the shop to get the audio professionally installed because I didn't want no fires. You know what I mean? If your audio is incorrectly connected, you could catch the whole car on fire. So I didn't even want to take a chance on YouTube University doing that. So I took it to the shop to get that. I took it to the shop for the exhaust. Everything else was here, or I called my guy Rob to help me do it, or for him to do it. Like I said, he was a mechanic at Dodge, so that's it. I hook up the LEDs or whatnot, but they're probably, I'm thinking that all the LEDs is going to have to get uninstalled and then hooked to switches, because right now none of them's on switches. They're actually all directly to the battery, which could be a draining factor, even though LEDs are supposed to not use that much power. Somewhere along the way, something's using that much power. So that's probably going to be the next thing I'm going to try. Disconnect everything and see how it runs then. How long the battery lasts with all the LEDs disconnected. And I don't even have a lot. I got the real wings is new. I've been having a problem before the real wings. Man, I don't know. The ceiling lights is not connected to the battery. They're plug-in, and I specifically got them that way so I didn't have to connect them to the battery. So they don't even turn on until I turn the car on. So that can't be an issue really. Unless something when I took the door panels off when I switched out the door speakers, that's when it was the worst. Something was touching some part of the body that was draining the battery almost immediately. So I'm probably gonna have to take all the door panels back off. But that's it. I don't know how I would trace it, because with the door panels off, no speakers in, nothing connected, the switches on the doors, the lock, unlock, the window switches, none of that was connected. Nothing was connected. And when nothing was connected and everything was out, the ceiling was out, the headliner, everything was out, nothing was connected, the battery drained the fastest. It drained overnight. Stood to 3 days, it drained overnight. So, I really don't want to have to go through all that work disconnecting everything. When everything was disconnected, it drained faster. So, I don't know. My fog lights, which is aftermarket, but they're connected directly to the start. They're plug and play. My headlights are plug and play. The regular part, but then they have the LED. So I did have to power those. But that was a long time. I've been like 2 years now. So I didn't have the problems when that happened. So I'm at a loss for words, guys. The stuff that I got Now I know that everything combined would be a problem, but when the majority of everything was disconnected, when everything was disconnected except for my headlights and fog lights, which is just plug and play, part of the car, yeah, it was draining without the aftermarket stuff even hooked up. I didn't even have the sub in there. I had a sub in the house, so and it was still draining overnight. So I don't know. I don't know, guys. But we're going to turn this back on when the time is up, and then we're going to see if I could crank it. You know what I mean? If it start, if it charged. You know what I mean? Because whatever's going on, the battery is draining so fast that the trickle charger wasn't able to keep up. So even with the trickle charger connected, it still drained in 3 days. You know what I mean? It was just losing power that bad. But I didn't have the trickle charger connected directly to the battery. Now I do. This is the first time that I've had the trickle charger clamped directly to the positive and negative, directly to the battery. Before, I had it connected to the jump ports, which is that's still supposed to work, but the best connection is directly to the battery. So that's how it is now, and we're going to see how that works right about now. All right, y'all, it's been 4.5 hours, so let's get this cover off and see if it starts. Alright, guys, so took off the let me get over here. Took off the trickle charger and hooked it up. And let me turn this light off. Remember I said, when you got power, as you see, the headlights light up blue. And they're not. If it had power, when I touch the door handles, if I can get this to stay up there a minute, which I'm touching, and there's nothing. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. No power at all. No reason to even try to start it when there is absolutely no power. So yeah, this was on the whole time. It got nice and warm, like it was doing something. You know what I mean? It was warm to the touch. It wasn't room temperature. It was definitely power to it, doing something, and absolutely nothing. So yeah, guys, I was trying to see if I could charge it here without having to take the wheel off to get the battery out, take it back to the store, let them charge it, go back to the store to pick it up, bring it back, try to install it again. And I was just trying to avoid all that. If I was able to just completely disconnect it, hook my charger directly up to it and charge it up. But I mean, the charger was doing something, but it didn't work on the battery. It just nothing. So I mean, nothing. There was one little spark when I first connected the positive to the positive, but nothing came from it. And then after that, when I took it off and put it back, there was no spark. So whatever's killing this battery is killing this battery. I mean, trickle charger won't even work. I know the trickle charger, the battery normally needs some type of power for the trickle charger to work. But even when I jump the battery, and the battery do have some power, as soon as I take the cable off, it's not holding the charge from the jump. So it's not holding any charge at all. At all. So and then buying another new battery is pointless because it drains it in 3 days. There's no point to have a new battery that's $200 a battery with my gas discount, guys. The battery costs more than that. That was with the discount, and yeah, I just can't do another. That's way too much just for 3 days worth of power, and then have another completely dead battery that won't power up, or I could even get power too. That's just crazy. That's crazy. So there we have it, man. There we have it. I put over, man, about $2,000, maybe a little over $2,000 to do the remix. You know, as soon as a week or two away from being done with the remix, the hood problem, then there's no power at all. It's not keeping it charged. You know what I mean? Even when it drained before, I could charge it and keep it charged for at least several months. Not the case no more, not keeping it charged at all. So it's kind of hard to get content when you're building a channel around something that won't work. So I'm stuck not knowing what's wrong with it, man. Stuck not knowing what's wrong with it. Stuck right here at the crib. So I mean, it's just, I can't even get no content. How am I supposed to get content when it's just not cooperating? Hence the name Nightmare. There you go. Hence the name Nightmare, because that's the whole remix has been a nightmare. So yeah. Alright guys, anyway, thanks for rocking out with your boy, even for a video like this, man. Man, I don't even know what to say, man. I gotta apologize. I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying, for this type of content, because it's not cooperating, man. The whole plan was to do the remix, relaunch the channel, hit up car shows this year, you know what I mean, get that car community content, and it's not letting me. It's just not cooperating with the plan. So, and this season is, you know, almost more than halfway over, man, you know, and I ain't made it to one show yet, and it don't look like I'm gonna make it to any, because I can't risk getting stuck in the middle of a trip, or getting there and getting stuck in another city. You know what I mean? I just can't take them type of risks. And then having a car stuck in another city, I can't take that type of risk. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got that like that. You know what I mean? I ain't got that at all. So anyway, thanks for rocking out with your boy, man. Subscribe to the channel, man. I'm trying to keep I'm just trying to keep it going, guys. You know what I mean? Because nothing has worked out the way it was planned to. Subscribe for your boy, man. Help me out. Give me a thumbs up. And I will see you at the next video. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know, guys. But anyway, thanks for rocking out with your boy. See you at the next video. We out. Join my Facebook group all about custom whips. Post your cars, trucks, bikes, whatever you got customized on Facebook. For the Dodge Journey lovers, join my Facebook group, Custom Dodge Journey, on Facebook.